Hello, hi. I'm Komar. I'm a medical student at the Perelman School of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania. During undergraduate, I completed a Bachelor's of Biochemistry, and during my medical school studies, I've completed both a Master's of Chemistry and a Master's of Immunology. I was actually a first-generation college student while applying to undergraduate, and I'm the first person in my family to attend medical school. So I know what it's like being an applicant and being unsure about the pathway in front of you. However, I'm someone that can help you apply to medical school and consider options such as MD and DO schools. I know what it's like to be in your shoes, and I've helped not only myself, but also other applicants gain entrance to medical school. I am currently in the ERAS application process, and as someone who's going through it for the first time, I am really eager to share the tips and tricks I've not only heard from applicants in prior years, but also the insights that I've gained from this upcoming cycle. I was fortunate to receive several awards as an undergraduate student and as a medical student. As an undergraduate student, my largest awards included a 4-year scholarship to the University of Pennsylvania. This scholarship was the Questbridge Scholarship to the University of Pennsylvania that included not only tuition, but also 4 years of room and board. Additionally, I received a 4-year scholarship from the Phoenixville Area Hospital Foundation. During medical school, I completed a Master's of Immunology and a Master's of Chemistry, and I received over $100,000 of funding for over 3 years through the NIH as part of the F31 grant program. During my medical school time, I was also a graduate advisor for over 100 freshman students, and I helped many people not only with the trials and tribulations of undergraduate studies, but also for help with applying to jobs, applying to labs, and even applying to medical school later on with my students. Additionally, the largest club that I was a part of was the Penn Biotech Group at the Wharton School of Business, in which we addressed the interface of healthcare, science, and business in terms of the challenges and opportunities of this space. Through this organization, of which I was the president of a 300-member club, I met with over 100 companies and conducted over 80 consulting projects through our members over a time period of 3 years. The biggest key to success in medical school, I believe, is an understanding of what is needed at each phase. As a medical school applicant, this is understanding the application process and what the actual interview entails and what the schools are looking for in an ideal medical school applicant. However, once you're in medical school, things can look very different depending on what school you're in. Some schools have a 2-year curriculum, other schools have a 1.5-year curriculum. For my school, for example, we had a 1.5-year curriculum in which we did our preclinical studies to learn about the skills we needed to go into the wards. So the wards are what we call the clinics in medical school. While on the preclinical time of medical school, I believe what is needed to succeed is studying and understanding the key concepts for the large step exams such as Step 1 and Step 2. I actually use the AMCAS STEP program, which I can talk about with people who work with me. And this is a flashcard-based program that has allowed me to not only pass Step 1, but to also pass Step 2 with a score of 267, which is one of the highest percentiles that you can achieve. As a medical student, though, on the wards, I believe what is needed is an understanding of what is expected of a medical student while in each clinical rotation. In terms of what is unique about my approach to counseling students for medical school admissions, is that I really try to take each person as an individual to play to their strengths and to try to best prepare them for the medical school application process. I have helped people who are first-generation college students applying to medical school, who are very unfamiliar with the process, to people who are multi-generational doctors apply to medical school. And I believe that what is needed for each applicant is a little bit different because each applicant is going to have a strength in a specific area, but is also going to have a little bit more work required on a separate area. An example of this would be a medical student could have high board scores, but they might be struggling with the actual interview process and understanding how to best communicate with interviewers. So with that applicant, I would want to spend more time practicing interviewing, the types of questions that are asked, and how to most effectively respond to them, versus another applicant may have issues such as with crafting their story and writing their personal statement. So I believe in taking different strokes for different folks and working with everyone on each step of the way to get them to the desired medical school program that they wish to go to. I believe my greatest strength as a medical school admissions counselor is understanding what is it that medical schools are looking for in their ideal applicant, as well as having the practical experience of going to over 20 medical school interviews and gaining acceptance to top programs such as the Perelman School of Medicine, NYU, Columbia, and Albert Einstein. I had so many interviews while I was interviewing for medical school as an applicant that I actually canceled several of my interviews on the West Coast because I knew I was going to be staying in my geographical preference region. As someone who's practically gone through the process, has been admitted to the top medical schools in the United States, and understands what is needed, I believe that I'm a strong admissions counselor. I'm very passionate about helping people gain admission to medical school because a lot of other people have helped me. While I was a ninth grader in my freshman year of high school, I actually first started volunteering at my local hospital, where I met several physicians who encouraged me to apply for undergraduate studies and to eventually gain admission to medical school. While in my high school library, I read a book that was called Ben Kaplan, How to Get to College for Free. I read this book, I applied the knowledge, and I was able to attend the University of Pennsylvania on a full 4-year scholarship. While at the University of Pennsylvania, I sought out the mentors who could help me. These mentors were physicians in that research laboratory who actually helped me apply for medical school and prepare for my interviews. I hope to serve this same role for my students by helping them apply to medical school and helping them achieve the same dream that I know that we have all been preparing for many years of our life.